when people have told you, burn your dreams, start afresh. It did. I am human. It did hurt. I'll still make a call to casting directors and I'll still ask for work. If I feel that, okay, yeah, people aren't paying attention on me after giving so many big films, after doing so much work, if people think that I'm not, am I worthy of being cast, not cast? I'm only hunting for work. Is it so difficult for anyone to understand that I have a family to feed? I have a family to look after. Besides, I have a passion to live my dreams with. Why should I put on a fake facade in front of me and say, you know what, I'm this and that, I'm set, no. Why will I say it? So when it came to the industry and when I started finding work, it became very tough because a lot of people would question me and say, hey, Mukesh is dancing, you should be singing, no? Why do you want to act? अगर सिंगर बनना होता आ रहा होता बनके तो हाँ, अरे इसने देख अपने दादाजी का नाम जानबूझ के रखा है, मुकेश जी का नाम लिखा है, देख नितिन जी का जानबूझ। अगर मैं सिंगर होता था, मैं तो एक्टर हूँ। Salman sir has said this in an interview which I've seen. In fact, he's a great learning experience from. I've had the opportunity of working with him, and I asked him this. In fact, first time he's told me this story himself. He said, never be shy about it. Gotten so many rejections in my life. From then to now, so I'm used to it. It's not like it's new to me.
Yeah.
I wake up every morning and look into the mirror and I say, you can.
Now, very rarely do we come across an artist who's managed to make his space in the film industry for over 2 decades and is as relevant as he probably was when he entered. He's not only somebody who's a great performer, but also a very humble soul. Welcoming me, Nitin Mukesh, only on the Free Press Journal. Hi, how have you been?
Very well, my dear. Thank you so much.
Welcome. I truly believe what I just said, that we have a lot of great artists.
That's a lovely introduction.
Thank you so much.
I'm feeling very humbled that you've introduced me so beautifully. Truly, it means a lot.
Thank you so
much. It's very encouraging, and I'm no intention of interrupting, but I'm just slightly overwhelmed with that beautiful introduction. Thank you.
You're most welcome, because I genuinely feel it when I say that, we have a lot of great performers today. To maintain that space for such a long time and to be so humble. We have never met for an interaction before, but I've seen so many interviews, so many clips of yours where you are just being so kind to everyone. And I know it should probably with everyone, but it's a rare thing even today.
I mean, I am glad that you're saying that, because there's a clip of mine going
viral
right now.
We ignore that.
Which just for justification's sake isn't what it's been perceived as. Anyways, but humility is something that has been passed down to me, from my grandfather to my father, from my father to me. My father at a very early age taught me that as the tree grows big and its branches start bearing fruits, that's how much more it bows down towards the earth. So he told me, with his experiences and his father's experiences, that struggle is inevitable.
Yeah.
That's going to be a constant part of your system. True. So become friends with it. Accept it from now. I didn't know with Johnny Gaddar it would be the first journey itself would teach me what my father just has been teaching me from a very young age. But then after the success of Johnny Gaddar, I realized what he was telling me about the fruits and the branches bowing down. So I never let it get to my head. And somewhere I've realized that I am not as affected about success or failure as much as the people around me.
Yeah, I know.
They take it more seriously.
Yeah.
I'm still the same Neil who started his career about 20 years ago. And I will continue being that same boy who's extremely passionate, extremely humble, extremely enthusiastic about wanting to work hard, extremely grounded and disciplined. And I am still very hopeful that, tomorrow is going to be even a better day.
Yeah.
And there are filmmakers who are going to take notice of my work and give me yet another opportunity. All is that's all that I'm hoping and praying. Yeah.
You mentioned Johnny Gadar, and I know first stuff very special. I'm sure you were looking forward to it. But when those delays happened, how heartbroken were you back then, or did you have so much clarity even back then? Because your experiences teach you so much.
No, so I was heartbroken. Of course, I'm human.
Yeah.
Because you're pinning up your hopes. You have so much in you. You have to prove a point to all those people who've been questioning you, who've been doubting you, your talent. And you've got one opportunity, and that opportunity has been stopped.
Yeah.
Imagine at such a young age, I was all of 24, 23, 24, 23 and a half when I started doing Johnny Gadar. It released when I was 25.
Yeah.
So at 23, when you've been told, okay, listen, you just might not get this chance to start life with again. You'll have to find something else.
Yeah.
When people have told you, burn your dreams, start afresh. It did, I am human.
Yeah.
It did hurt. But at the same time, I had to build that inner strength, that conviction in myself कि भाई चाहे जो कोई भी कुछ भी बोले, मैं हूँ. मैं अपने में इतना विश्वास रखता हूँ, अपने हुनर में, अपने टैलेंट में, अपनी सभ्यता में, अपने परवरिश में, कि मैंने कभी किसी का अगर बुरा नहीं किया है, मेरा बुरा नहीं होगा. मेरा ये सोच है, अगर मैं मेहनत कर पाऊंगा, हाँ, मेहनत एक चीज होती है, संघर्ष एक चीज होती है, लक फैक्टर, रहमत एक चीज होती है. आलस से कुछ नहीं होता, मेहनत से कुछ होता है, रहमत से सब कुछ होता है. आलस तो है नहीं, मेहनत करते रहता हूँ, और बस ऊपर वाले की रहमत एक बार हो जाए, और फिल्म मेकर्स और प्रोड्यूसर्स अगर, तो फिर तो लाइन ही लग जाए.
From then to now, of course, there's Hai Junoon, and while watching the trailer, I felt like your character now I don't know what the show is all about. Like, I've only watched the trailer yet. I'm looking forward to watching the show, but it seems like somebody who's very layered. He comes across as somebody who's very harsh in the beginning, but I do feel there is some underlying, of course, emotions. That is what makes him that.
So I think Gagan Ahuja, if you have to summarize him with one word, is somebody who I say is a man with great experience.
Okay.
I mean, life teaches us, with our own experiences, your calmness, your composure, your madness, your pagalpan, your junooniyat. You get it all from where? With your own past experiences, with your own. There are two ways to look at it, and there is nothing beyond that. Either you become very content and complacent very soon.
Yeah.
Okay, and say, हाँ यार, अब मेरा तो कुछ होने वाला है नहीं, जो हो रहा है देखा जाएगा, चल ये आ गया, चलिए कर लेते हैं. नहीं यार, मैं वैसा हूँ नहीं, मैं कंटेंट हूँ नहीं. मेरे में बहुत आग है अंदर, और आत्मविश्वास ये है कि मैं कुछ कर जाऊंगा, मौका मिले तो, और उस मौके की तलाश में constantly I'll keep working. Now, Gagan Ahuja as a character is the only one thing that I relate to in my entire filmography.
Wow.
Why? Because of course, the music world, the passion, the college days, reminiscing his past, me being a college cultural head, all of those things. But apart that, he's borderline, not OCD, but he's just an artist.
Yeah.
And he's just so well disciplined. He knows कि मैंने आज मकाम हासिल किया है, तो मेरी संघर्ष, मेरी मेहनत से मैं यहाँ तक पहुंचा हूँ. बट आज की जनरेशन की तुलना अगर हम करें, तो आज की जनरेशन में भी मैं देख रहा हूँ, कभी कभार मैं बहुत ही मेरा होता है इंटरनल फ्रस्ट्रेशन होता है लोगों से, कि जब कुछ यंगस्टर्स आके बात करते हैं, यार सर ये करना है मुझे, यार ये गाड़ी लेनी है, या ये, इट्स बिकम मटेरियलिस्टिक. सेकेंडली, आपको संघर्ष नहीं करना है, आपको मकाम हासिल करना है, आपको सीधा स्टार बनना है. ऐसे नहीं होता, कड़ी मेहनत लगती है, सालों साल आपको सस्टेन करना पड़ता है. काम करने से, अच्छा काम करने से, अच्छा ऑफकोर्स आपका काम भी तो अच्छा होना चाहिए तब, और काम रेगुलर काम, तो मेरी मेरी सोच भी गगन जैसी है वैसे, कि मैंने इतनी मेहनत की है, इतने उम्दा कलाकारों के साथ, निर्देशकों के साथ इतना कुछ काम करने के बाद भी अगर मैं संघर्ष कर सकता हूँ तो आप क्यों नहीं, है ना? तो गगन आहूजा भी वही है, और उसका वो किरदार भी वैसा है कि इतना कुछ हासिल करने के बाद वापस जब वो बच्चों के सामने आता है एज अ मेंटोर और देख रहा है कि हाँ यार, आई मीन इतनी आसानी से तुम्हें लगता है कि तुम इतना कुछ हासिल कर जाओगे, चाहे वो एक इंटर कॉलेज का ट्रॉफी, गोट्स का ट्रॉफी क्यों ना हो, बट वो गोट्स की ट्रॉफी भी मायने रखती है क्योंकि दैट इज योर फर्स्ट स्टेप टू समथिंग एल्स इन लाइफ. Similarly, don't underestimate it. I'm like that in person also. He's only a Gagan is a misunderstood fellow. उसका दिल सही है, उसके तरीके शायद थोड़े गलत होंगे, थोड़ा हार्श होगा, पर उसकी नीयत सही है, उसका दिल साफ है.
You know, there's a scene in the trailer where one of your students, I'm assuming, she says that I can't do it, and you shout and you say you can. You know, there was so much power in that scene because so often in life we are very quick to appreciate others. I'm sure with everybody.
I say it to myself on a daily basis,
very
my love.
Nice.
I wake up every morning and look into the mirror and I say, you can.
Wow.
My foundation is these two words. Today everyone wants to give up very easily. I'm seeing that. Okay, yaar, nahi, I can't. Yaar. Why? I haven't given up. I'll still make a call to casting directors and I'll still ask for work. If I feel that, okay, yeah, people aren't paying attention on me after giving so many big films, after doing so much work, if people think that I'm not, am I worthy of being cast, not cast? That's not my doubt. Are you remembering me? Are you keeping me in your mind? If not, then it's my duty to remind you that I exist.
True.
So I will make that effort to make you realize that I exist and I'm looking for work and I'm hunting for work. I'm only hunting for work. Is it so difficult for anyone to understand that I have a family to feed? I have a family to look after. Besides, I have a passion to live my dreams with. And if you don't give me that chance, who will? I'm finding those filmmakers who give people opportunities to fly. It's as simple as that. Why? I'm not human. Can I not hope that somebody will give me a chance? So if I can get up every morning and say, don't give up, you can. That's all that dialogue came out with. And all that emotion is summarized with my entire life's experience up until now. And it just imagine, just two words and you connected with it.
Yeah. You know, very rarely, I mean, I'm so thankful that you're talking about this right now because there are so many people, so many actors who are powerful, but they don't often talk about that. We are still, you know, as you said, I'm still in touch with
I'm not
casting
shy.
directors.
I don't have anything to hide. Why should I put on a fake facade in front of me and say, you know what, I'm this, I'm that, I'm set, no. Why will I say it? If I know okay, I can do better and I'm hopeful to get work, I will not lie about it, because otherwise what happens is half the time the misunderstanding is he's chilled, he's doing good. I am doing good by the grace of God. I have my own production, I write, I act, but doesn't mean that just because I'm writing or producing or doing other work and I'm surviving, okay, then I can't follow my first passion of acting and want to do an experiment and challenge myself. You can, I can't. That's not fair.
That's not.
You have decided that I can't.
True.
That's also not fair. So all I'm saying is give me the opportunity. Let me try and work hard for you and see. I get my opportunities, and I was grateful that recently Hisab Barabar happened.
Correct.
Brilliant opportunity. Now Hai Junoon is happening. Amazing opportunity. So no complaints.
Yeah.
This is not a complaint.
Of course.
Not with my entire industry. No complaint. This is for that generation who are complaining. Okay, I am here who is not complaining and still saying, okay, please, why are you all complaining?
Absolutely.
Nothing. The only one person that I go like this to fully is my Guruji, is my God up there. And I say, is my Hanumanji, says, my Almighty, okay, help me. Because I know, okay, I have faith and I know you're there with me.
Yeah.
That's my anchor. My family is my anchor.
Yeah.
Rest, the world should know I'm ready. I'm ready
Wow.
for every challenge. That's all. Yeah.
That's a great way, to look at life. And I hope everybody learns that from what you're saying right now. But you also follow, of course, you carry a huge legacy. And when that happens, you carry it with your name, which is such a proud feeling, I'm sure, for your family for you to be doing that. You keep them so close to your heart. When you first started off, was that ever a pressurizing thing for you? क्योंकि न्यूज़पेपर्स में ऐसा लिखा जाता था कि इनके बेटे इनके पोते अब आ रहे हैं. How did you feel?
बहुत गर्व महसूस होता था, बट बड़ी जल्दी एहसास हो गया उस नाम का पावर क्या है. मैं कॉलेज में था, मुझे दाखलाना नहीं दिया किसी कॉलेज में, यानी हालांकि एक ही कॉलेज में एप्लीकेशन दिया था मैंने. एंड अप्लाइड ओनली फॉर वन कॉलेज, एचआर कॉलेज.
Okay.
First list came, my name wasn't there. Second list, not there. Third list, fourth list. I said, oh my God, I haven't applied anywhere else. Then suddenly there was a guy who said कि कल्चरल कोटा वाले सब लोग इधर आओ. I said, कल्चरल कोटा वाला ये क्या है भाई? तो उन्होंने कहा तुम पेटी वेटी बजाता है, ड्राइंग वॉइंग करता है क्या? I said, सर मैं ये सब तो करता हूँ. अच्छा हाँ, तो अपना नाम फॉर्म पे लिखो और चलो अंदर इंटरव्यू दे दो. तो I said, अच्छा ये तो भैया यानी एक्टिंग वैक्टिंग तो करता हूँ, डांस वांस तो करता हूँ, गाना वाना बजाता हूँ, कीबोर्ड बजाता हूँ, और हूँ मुकेश जी का पोता, नितिन मुकेश का बेटा. मेरे पिताजी थे नहीं वहाँ पे हिंदुस्तान में, तो इन्फ्लुएंस भी कैसे लगाऊं अगर लगानी है. तो मैंने अपना पहली बार नील माथुर की जगह नाम लिख लिया, नील नितिन मुकेश.
Wow, that's where it started.
And that's where it started. The first question was like, are you Mukesh's grandson? I said, Ji. Oh, okay. So Nitin Mukesh's son. I said, yes, ma'am. Mrs. Hindushani, my most beloved, one of my greatest inspirations. What a iron lady. I love her. And she took my interview for the first time. And she said, so you've carried a keyboard. Can you play something for us? And I said, yes. And I played Ek Din Dikh Jayega for an entire class filled with teachers. Our principal, Mrs. Hindushani, was also there. Our vice principal. Back then. And instantly I got my ID card. And I walked out there before any of my friends had their cards. I had mine. But I realized that it was also because they took notice of me that I'm so-and-so's grandson. So I understood that. Now, my vocation was different. I didn't want to be a singer. I wanted to be an actor. So when it came to the industry and when I started finding work, it became very tough because a lot of people would question me and say, hey, you're Mukesh's grandson. You should be singing, no? Why do you want to act? And I said, I mean, what do you mean? Why do I want to act? I'm a trained actor. I've been living this dream. I'm passionate about it. I'm just finding the opportunity of someone giving me that chance, you know. And I've gotten so many rejections in my life from then to now. So I'm used to it. It's not like it's new to me.
Yeah.
You know. So that was a great learning exercise for me also. But at the same time, I realized that this legacy has to move on.
Yeah.
The power of what my father and my grandfather have done, I have to take it upon myself, work even harder to make sure that wherever I reach, how much ever I do, how much ever I can do, at least I'll make the attempt of keeping that alive.
Yeah.
You know, also to summarize this, my grandfather passed away at a very young age. My father was very young at that time himself. He was a filmmaking student.
Achha.
And he was a director with, assistant director with Rishikesh Mukherjee.
Okay.
So Rishida's assistant, he was over Abhiman, Julie, Namak Haram, Anand, many Bawarchi, you know, many films. And Anand was his first film, and his name is there also as an assistant director. So he wanted to be a filmmaker, and suddenly my grandfather passed away.
Wow.
And the only other thing that he was trained in was singing. And he kept his father's legacy alive by keeping his songs even till date. I've not seen a more selfless son and more selfless human being than my father, who's dedicated his entire life to keeping my grandfather alive for people, for his fans.
Wow.
Now, as a son, when I chose to start my career, many people told me, keep your name Neil. What is Neil Nitin Mukesh? Why? Pagal hai kya? Hata hai? No, bro.
No.
It's not funny.
Yeah.
This is my homage. This is my dedication back to my father. If he could do it for his, as a son, it's my duty to work hard to keep his name alive.
Yeah.
He has worked. उन्होंने अपनी पहचान बनाई है. अब मैं उसका एडवांटेज नहीं ले रहा हूँ. कैसे ले सकता हूँ? वो एक्टर नहीं थे, वो प्रोड्यूसर नहीं थे. मैं एक्टर हूँ, मैं सिंगर नहीं हूँ. अगर सिंगर बनना होता, आ रहा होता बनके, तो हाँ, अरे इसने देख अपने दादाजी का नाम जानबूझ के रखा है, मुकेश जी का नाम लिखा है, देख नितिन जी का जानबूझ. अगर मैं सिंगर होता था, मैं तो एक्टर हूँ. मैं तो सिर्फ, और मेरी भावना सिर्फ वहीं तक है. Purity of that thought is कि I want to keep his legacy alive.
Yeah.
Whether I'm an actor, a writer, a director, a filmmaker of any sort, this was going to be my identity here on. And it's been very tough to keep that going and keep that torch up there. But I hope we continue doing that.
Of course, I think you've managed to do that beautifully. Also, I feel, quickly I'll say that people accepted you, the audiences accepted you, not because of who you were or where you came from.
Right.
I truly believe it's because you were talented and you did the right movies and people
Thank you.
resonated with you. Today, what we see, there's this trend going on that audiences have become very critical. No matter where you come from, if you don't have the correct talent, they will bash you badly. They won't accept you. We see so many star kids coming in. Some have not trained, some have trained, some are not doing that great. When things like these happen and you have had a similar journey.
Quiet about it, Hanji.
What do you feel? Do you think that we need to be a little more mindful about how we choose our careers and not only...
No, when you say we need to be mindful, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about everybody who's in the artistic field.
No, so it's also those who are giving opportunities, right?
True, that is very true.
So I feel a lot of the times, it's the filmmaker and the producers who are to be blamed. If some talent that you feel who deserve it, are deliberately not being given a chance because you think that there can be eyeball happening. I'm not taking names.
Of course.
Because you can get some star name attached and think that that's going to fly.
No.
Wrong.
That's wrong.
I have been told on my face, even as a writer and producers by other giants, hey, listen, you know what, replace this fellow or replace yourself. Get us a bigger name, we'll give you more money to make it. That doesn't happen like that. Filmmaking is not supposed to be that.
Yeah.
You know, West doesn't do that.
Exactly.
James Cameron did Titanic with a Leonardo DiCaprio. Of course, he was a very big name, not as a star, but as an actor. He had done What's Eating Gilbert Grape, and I think by then if I'm not sure, had he already done Romeo and Juliet? I'm not sure. But I know that as a fanboy, I knew of Leonardo DiCaprio with What's Eating Gilbert Grape, What's Eating Gilbert Grape with Johnny Depp. Now, he wasn't that big a star to be with Titanic to be mounted on him. But there was a conviction of a director who said, no, he's my cast. He's my actor. Right now, the trends have changed drastically. Now you're not evaluating the actor's talent. You are casting him because there's a mathematical equation that's fitting in. From the point of view, he might be more attractive and it becomes a bigger project. Are we making a film or are we making a project? Half the time the battle is... And if that's the evaluation, of course I'm on the losing end of it. I'm not a producer's son. I'm not an actor's son. I'm a singer's son. I'm a singer's grandson, of course, big names. And I have done a great amount of work myself. But having said that, uh, it's a perception-driven industry. So we have that battle constantly, and it's just not me. There are many actors who are facing it, but are shy to either voice it. I don't. I don't have any filters on that one. There's nothing to lose there. It's a fact. I've been told on my face many times. Listen, your social media numbers need to increase. We'll like to cast you. Like, should I be writing for 8-10 hours a day when I'm not shooting? Should I be writing a film, what I'm trained for? Should I be learning filmmaking, which I want to eventually do? I do that. Nobody has, I don't go and document it and put it up on my social media platform that, hey guys, I'm sitting with my writing instruments today and I'm writing a film. You know what screenplay is supposed to be like this, and I'm not giving that pravachan.
Exactly.
And neither am I saying, hey, listen, quietly I'm also learning filmmaking. I'm spending hours doing that.
Yeah.
I don't think when my film is ready, when I have to go, I'll knock doors and I'll ask for work. Right now, as an actor, I'm asking for work.
Yeah.
I need them to know that I exist. Sometimes you forget, no, हाँ यार ये actor, हाँ अच्छा है, अच्छा काम कर रहा है, वो भी तो है.
I'm sorry to cut you. I find it a little surprising when you say that, because we all know you exist. The fact that even after 20 years, there's a line of journalists who are waiting to have a conversation with you, be heard, respecting your work, that says so much, you know.
I'm very humbled by that. And I cannot tell you how grateful I am for all of you being so supportive. It's so overwhelming when I got to know that, yeah, there are people who still want to have a conversation with me about it. And like I said, this isn't a personal, there's no angst.
Of course.
This is not a complaint with my, contemporaries, my peers, my directors, my producers. No, everyone has the right to evaluate their film from a business point of view.
Got it.
Now, unfortunately, the cinema has started also, taking such a big hit that everyone is scared. कि हाँ यार, अगर इसको ले तो ये फिल्म चलेगी क्या? इसको लेंगे तो शायद ओपनिंग तो लग जाएगी अपना, ये तो होगा. हमें अपने ही दिमाग में एक गणित बिठा रहे हैं और हमें लग रहा है कि ये फिल्म मेकिंग है और हमें लग रहा है कि ये मैथमेटिक्स शायद ये चमत्कार कर जाए. नहीं, गलत है. तो हमें तो ये तोड़ना पड़ेगा, तभी तो जाके पटरी पे आएगी गाड़ी वापस, है ना. पहले डायरेक्टर्स ऐसे नहीं हुआ करते थे. नहीं तो कभी हम नए लड़कों को तो काम ही नहीं मिलता कभी, जिनका कोई था ही नहीं. कितने हैं आज भी, अगर है कोई अपना इवेल्युएट करके आ रहा है, ऑफकोर्स स्टार बन रहा है. बट हाँ यार, ऐसा नहीं कि अगर ये कर रहा है तो ये नहीं कर सकता. वो इंडिपेंडेंट प्रोड्यूसर्स है कहाँ? वो छोटी कहानियां है कहाँ? आप सिर्फ एक बड़ी फिल्म बनाना चाह रहे हैं थिएटर के लिए, बट थिएटर आज मल्टीप्लेक्स है. मल्टीप्लेक्स में एक नहीं 4 फिल्में आनी चाहिए. कोई एक बड़ी फिल्म आ गई, कोई एक कार्टून फिल्म आ गई, कोई एक हॉरर फिल्म आ गई, कोई एक छोटे पैमाने की फिल्म. आप भी तो गुलदस्ता दीजिए. ऑडियंस तभी तो जाएगी इंटरेस्टेड कि हाँ यार हमारे पास ऑप्शंस हैं. तो उस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से जब देखता हूँ कि तो लगता है कि हाँ, इतना काम करने के बाद भी आई हैव टू एक्सप्लेन माई सेल्फ. तो कभी कभार नाराजगी होती है, बट फिर अपने आप में ही चुप रह जाता हूँ कि आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू से इट टू एनीबॉडी. लेट माय वर्क ओनली स्पीक फॉर इटसेल्फ.
Yeah. How they say, work hard in silence.
I am working hard in a lot of silence. Yeah, it's just that I'm unfiltered about when it comes to my interviews and my podcasts. Because like I said, without complaining about anybody else, I'm trying to educate the younger generation about their journey with my experiences. Okay, be prepared. You're in a competitive world and don't take it personally. I don't. If I'm not being cast or if I'm not being called the amount I should be, I'm not taking it personally. Yeah, I think I have a lot in me to offer, as an actor. You're the one who's handicapping your thought with the barrier ke, acha, maybe he's looking like this. Maybe, he's too good looking about this. Fine, yeah. I mean, if an actor can mold himself into characters, he'll do it. Give him the chance. So yeah, so with that hope, I move forward. That people give me chances. Off late, I'm seeing that a lot of my casting friends are
Yeah.
helping me, at least getting me there, to try and audition something and try and experiment in something, which is exciting.
Yeah.
Which is again hopeful. हाँ यार, अभी ये कुछ अच्छा लगा.
Yeah.
और वापस आएगा, दौर आएगा वापस अच्छा, उस उम्मीद से आगे बढ़ रहे हैं.
I feel your filmography, if I see it, and we had a subject in college called Understanding Cinema, and I remember we were shown New York.
Oh wow!
It was in 2015, and when we watched the movie, we were asked to pick an actor and do an analogy and what do you think about the performance and all of that. And I remember a lot of people, including myself, we picked you. A lot of people picked Irfan sir, and all of that happened. We, of course, there was also, it was a 2-hero film.
Yeah, John.
And John was there, you were there. And a lot of people, even back then, were very hesitant. I don't know if you know this, that even today, Salman says this so much that हमने एक दूसरे को कितनी help की है. Shahrukh, all of us, Sanjay Dutt. But आजकल actors are so embarrassed and they just don't want to star in a 2-hero film.
No.
Why? Why is that so?
Because, such a good question to kind of summarize this. I have never been intimidated about being cast with another star.
Yeah.
On the contrary, I've always felt, and Salman sir has said this in an interview which I've seen. In fact, he's a great learning experience from. I've had the opportunity of working with him. And I asked him this. In fact, firsthand, he's told me this story himself. He said, "Need never be shy about it.
Yeah.
I mean, so what? It's a great support system. Right now, we don't see it."
Exactly.
And I'm wondering why. Like, Johnny Gaddar wasn't a single solo hero film, though it was a center arcing. But you had a bigger superstar than me called Dharamji in the film. Okay, then you have Zakir Hussain, you have Vinay Pathak, you have Rimi Sen, who was a much bigger star than any of us at that point of time also. A female co-actor being such a big star. Only hit films. So, and Sri Ram Raghavan.
Yeah.
So, for us, it was, all of us came together to make film. A good film, make cinema and learn from there. And it was being rebellious, okay, we'll do it our way. Then, multi-casts like Players would happen. We had, of course, New York that you're talking about. Back then, even now, I have never been inhibited about being cast. I've done Golmaal.
Yeah.
I've done Players. I've done Wazir. I've always done films with, also stars. I've done Saho. I've done Kathi.
Yeah.
Antagonist, protagonist, multi-cast, single hero, double hero. Now the trend has changed because everyone's very insecure. Actors are by nature very insecure. So you won't only hear about wanting to do a solo film. You'll also hear about scripts being changed and rewritten multiple times because the actor thinks that he needs to be present in every frame. But why? I mean,
that's
a film cannot be in every frame. One particular actor cannot be. I'm doing my web show debut with a bunch of superbly talented kids.
Sure.
I'm intimidated by them. And I've worked with the biggest stars of the country. I'm intimidated by them because they are nothing but fiercely talented. So what does it do? It puts me even more concentrated.
True.
The intentions are right. So I don't know why, but that era needs to come back.
I know.
That 2-hero era needs to come back. Stories need to be told. And also from a business point of view, if you are only evaluating it, get 2 actors to shoulder one film correctly, no?
Of course.
But recently we had Pathan, who did that with John and Shahrukh sir. Of course, it was amazing. Yeah.
You
had War.
Yeah, we had War. That is what. But if you see, one actor is always from that era.
Yeah.
We're not having a lot of new people try that out.
No.
And of course, we hope that happens soon. I hope to see you with another actor, or maybe John, doing something similar. But on that note, thank you so much.
Thank you,
This has been truly a learning lesson. I really admire your positivity. I hope everybody in life learns always to be happy no matter what,
Thank you.
and treat career as a part of your life, not your entire life. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless.
Thank you so much.
Hi friends, this is Nitin Mukesh and you're watching me on the Free Press Journal.